What's up, guys? This is Ready for War here, and putting up a couple videos on these two knives right here. Are some of my workhorses. CRKT m16, and this one is a m16 13Z and m16 14Z SF. You can find these online right now. I'm not sure if they're still on sale, but for like $25 you can get the big one or the little one. I've used this knife for about a year now. This knife for 2 to 3 years, and I pack at least two knives on me. Most time this one and my Sparta Co. Endura 4. I like these because they're left-handed. Anyway, it's a good knife. Put it to the side somewhere. But anyway, this one used to be my everyday carry. Now it's bumped up to this one. So I do carry this sometimes, but this one right now is razor sharp, and this one I've been using the crap out of. This one used to be really pretty, but a week after I bought it, I was doing something over here, and I went to reach for my drink or whatever. It was orange soda, and I tipped it over, spilled over everything, and this knife was way over on my desk, and I didn't think nothing could get to it because there's no spots over there. And I just cleaned up everything else, and a week or two later, when I went back to get this knife or whatever, and I was going to start packing it, or switching out knives, and I opened it up, rust spots everywhere, surface rust, and I took a Brillo pad, or not a Brillo pad, but just like a pot scrubber pad, and put some CLP or WD on it, or something, I don't know, something for rust. Both of them will take off rust pretty easy. And just rubbed it down, and it put these little rub marks on it, and you can still see some of the rust spots, but I'm not really worried about it. It's just turned into one of those knives that I'm not really worried about keeping pretty. Anyway, but not too many people know much about these knives, and I wasn't into the flippers, but it's got these auto locks designs, and let's see if you can see this little bigger knife. If you can see in there, it's got this little lever that you push up on the back, and this little bar it moves around in there, and you can't close this. It keeps that liner lock from pushing over, which kind of makes it like a fixed blade style. I'm not a real fan of the liner locks. I don't trust them too much for heavy use, but this right here I trust. Now, nothing fancy. He did a review on these, and he tried to baton it through wood, and he should have kind of known better, really, that even realistically, that you can't do that kind of stuff with a liner lock. Even with that auto locks, I mean, you could stab this into wood. I don't like doing that with any kind of, I don't recommend doing that with any kind of lockback knife, but I'm sure you could. This is a strong blade. I use this one for prying all the time just because it's my beater knife. Like, I don't use for prying hard stuff, but if I need to pry something small, for one thing, this is a modified Tanto blade. I don't like Tantos, but this is a modified. It's got a wide belly on it. I'm not really a fan of the combo edges, but like you get them on deals, or sometimes it's the only ones you can find because they're sold out, and I don't mind them. This is another one I like. It kind of reminds me of the Fairburn knife or whatever. And although I like thumb studs, these thumb studs are not really, they're for show, I guess, or they're not really for use. You can't, it's hard. You can do it on this one. I don't think you can. But these locks really work easy. And with these smaller ones, you can, well, I got this one tight now, but you can loosen it up to where it does it. And some people say you gotta use two hands to close it. Not a case. I mean, whether it's on your leg or not, you just hold this back, push this over, and put it up against anything, whether it's your leg, arm, or what have you. And they're real simple. This is a real nice heavy knife. This one, the bigger one's got a reversible. Any way you want to put it, up, down, tilt up. I suggest this tilt down, because tilt up just seems like it bumps into stuff. I was thinking about grinding off this back little bumper right here, because I don't think it's needed. Just taking a Dremel and grinding it off right here. Just kind of gets in the way, I think. But it's AUS4 still, and I'm not expert when it comes to steel, but I've done my research pretty much, and I've owned quite a few knives. And AUS8's what everybody wants. Now, AUS6 I've had on some Kershaws, wasn't impressed with it. But this AUS4 steel is just, it's good. It keeps an edge good. It sharpens up easy. I don't know what it is about it. I haven't read much into the AUS4 still, but I like it. I mean, I rarely have to sharpen these. Both of them. I mean, I've used this one the heck out of it. Anyway, that's pretty much it. So, I mean, they're good knives. They don't have any jimping on the back. I mean, you could always take a Dremel and do that. But you can find these online for good deals on like Amazon and everything like that. And this handle right here on this knife, it feels good. I mean, it's plastic or Zytail or what have you, but the grip of it's almost like you're holding one of those little steak knives. I mean, everybody remembers how those just kind of feel good in your hand. On the back of these pieces right here, they got jimping on the back to let your hands grip into them. And on this one, and even on, I guess on this one, it's kind of got the things where you can kind of latch paracord and make a spear, especially on this one if you wanted to. I guess if you was out in the waters and you needed it for fishing. This version right here is Operation Iraqi Freedom. My buddy got the set of it. It's pretty cool. Alright guys, thanks.